Hello. And welcome. So today is going to be a 2D art day. And this is the first time I've used Illustrator in a long time. So I'm still getting used to some things. Thank you, Bob, for finally catching up. Cool. So I've been getting used to Illustrator. I normally use Vectinator on my iPad, which is great. But I need to get used to Illustrator again. So I've did a warm up on a fan art of Captain Krabs here. So we will do a exclamation point cap. He is one of my streamer buddies. And he's also got a super cute design. Come on. So he was the first one that I chose to... Oh, Spectrum! Thank you for showing up! Thank you for following! It's good to see ya. Yep, so I'm going to be doing some fan art today. I need to actually get some Among Us fan art done for esports. So I thought this was a good opportunity for me to stream it. And this is also one of my a first time in a long time that I'm working in Illustrator. So this is a good exercise to get back into Illustrator, because I usually use Vectinator on my iPad, and it gets the job done, but I need to start using Illustrator as well since I have access to it. And this is one of the later streams I've done. My collabs and stuff have been at like 9, so an hour from now. But this is the first solo one. That's this late, probably. Okay, so I've been working with a weird thing here that for some reason this group is not wanting to mask. So I've been doing some messing around to see what the issue is. Because I use a lot of masking when I draw. It's a technique that more designers should use, but it's kind of considered a more advanced technique from what I've heard. But I use it a ton. So I've been trying to use the mask tool, and it's not working properly for groups, which is weird. Yeah, so I'm going to do another round of trying to figure out why this wasn't working correctly. Okay, so if I move it here, I'm going to be masking the claw, and I want to use the claw group to mask this path that I just made. So I do a 7, and it made the claw disappear, which is kind of... Okay, that was expected. But then it made. It's not working on the path. So if I actually unite those, turn them to the color that I want. So stroke. Okay, so yes, but it's supposed to only show over these paths. So if so that groups them, but I should be able to merge them. Can I merge them? No, it makes them a group. Okay, so yeah, I wanna solve this before I get to the actual Among Us fan art, because I have a feeling that I'm going to be using it quite a lot. No, we'll save this, and I'm probably going to come across the answer later on. Okay, save to your computer, and I'm going to save this on my. Let's make a vectors. And I'm going to save this one as among capped crabs. And yeah, saving it as all the good Illustrator stuff. I don't want to save that one. That one was a waste. New document. And we're going to load it as the 300 by 300 RGB. And then, okay, so I have some. Let's see, which page did I have my? Okay, Among Us art. Okay, so I just did a Google search for Among Us. So I want my references to be based off of official art. Okay, so I want to have one of these guys chopped in half. And so this design actually needs to be monochromatic. So I want some really obvious. Ooh, I can make a 3 model Among Us in the future. That'd be cool. Okay, so I'm not getting a lot of official Among Us art, which is weird. Okay, so want to grab. Oh, these are higher res. I'm going to grab that one. Save image as, put that in my concept art folder. Then I want the ghost. Going to put that in my art folder as well. All these are blue. I think it's because I'm going down a search rabbit hole here. Hey Eva! 2D now. Yeah, today is 2D because, well, because this is a surprise stream and, I need to get some stuff done for, in 2D. I need to do a, vector design of, something for a t-shirt. How are you doing? It's good that you're stopping by. I'm doing good. Yeah, today I've mostly been I've been doing this. I've actually been brushing up on Illustrator, and I was also watching the debut of another VTuber, Lady Lunari. She's still live actually. So let's do a SO. Yeah, Among Us is awesome. Lady Lunari. Spell it right. Okay. Hey, Bluesy! I loved your show I think it was last week that I caught it. That was really informative. Yeah, and that's Lady. What? She actually has a thing in like how to pronounce her name. Lunare. She is doing a Lady Lunare is debuting right now, and her stream is actually active. And she's been really awesome so far. I was also watching the Rocket League tournament. That was on the official Rocket League Twitch channel earlier. It was a lot of anxiety. Well, you did really well, Lucy. You did well. And that was one of your first shows, wasn't it? You're only going to get better as well. Eva, what kind of fan art are you wanting? Do you think would be cool? Well, for first show you did awesome, Bluesy. Okay, your Avatar and Leon. Well, I don't know. Today I'm focusing a lot on getting some Among Us fan art done because I need it for work. But that may be something in the future. Okay, so I grabbed a bunch of fan art. These are concept art. Okay, so I want to grab concept art that I just gathered. And open up a pure ref. Okay, in case this is the first time you've seen me use it, PureRef is an amazing reference program that I use all the time. And it lets me import a bunch of images, allows a transparent background. Let's normalize them by height. And then we can arrange them by optimal size. And I can actually take this and make the window, I can turn it transparent to mouse. So actually I can click through this screen now. It's no longer interactable. trolls. The trolls are. I've mostly had bot. I haven't really had a troll in the chat, but that kind of thing is annoying. Okay, so wanted this canvas, and somehow I did. Let's do a brand new one. That was my fan art of Captain Krabs that I'm in the middle of. Okay, back to this. So I'm actually going to start with the basic shape. So the basic shape is going to be a capsule. So about that size. And then select the corners and bring them in actually, which is cool. A lot of these things are Illustrator things that I'm not exactly comfortable with in the other program that I use. So cool little shortcuts to do things. A bot that rated. Oh, they're actually doing a Twitch awards a little while ago, and the award for the person that did the most raids actually went to a bot, and the broadcasters had no idea it was a bot. It was hilarious. Okay, let's do the rectangle tool again. And then we're gonna actually chop this one up a little bit. Control Z. And then these anchors. Yeah, I thought it was hilarious. But the Rocket League tournament was really cool today. Same broadcaster as was he was doing the Among Us tournament with a bunch of VTubers and stuff yesterday. Oops. Not that. I want that. There we go. Everything is so small in this because of the resolution for my my monitor is pretty large. Make that a little bit bigger. Yeah, so Lucy, are you planning on covering mostly VTubers in your show? I think I read the description, but it's been a while. I had a friend who got into one of those extended widescreen. Yeah, the widescreen. Unless you were just some games support it, so mostly gaming and YouTubers. Okay. Well, have you looked into the weird story with the Wall Street and GameStop? It's pretty funny, actually, and it's kind of a meme now. I didn't know if that was going to be something that you're going to be covering. You have been keeping up with it. It's wild. Yeah, it's kind of funny. Okay, so basics of that, and then want to do a, come on, there we go, circular ellipse tool. The ellipse there, going to select all of this. Good idea. I think I should do one on that. Masters in Business Marketing. Oh yeah, so you probably have some really good insights as well. Be really interested in hearing that. News is happening fast on the internet, so it might, if you can't jump on it, it might be an old story. They're already memeing it, but there's lots of people that don't actually know the context of it, so it could be valid. I may just be shooting. Okay, so yeah, that's weird looking. Okay. I think is there a focus shortcut? I'm used to using Blender, and navigation on that is actually amazing. So there's control. Yeah, there is not a frame. Disappointing. Oh, and it doesn't look like there's a dissolve function either. Be hilarious if Blender shortcuts started working. So I'm going to delete that, and I'm going to do this hard way. Select the two, and I'm pretty sure there was a join. Okay. Definitely don't want to just stream Genshin Impact. Yeah. Everyone's doing Genshin Impact right now. Yeah, Genshin's cool, but I really don't need another gacha game. I've realized I was playing Arknights for a while, and I realized that I was just getting more frustrated with having to balance my team to get through all the stages and stuff than actually enjoying the story. And if you look at it, there's actually quite a bit of poor translation in that game, so it's hard to even get the story when you are playing it. So jack up the strokes to about 10. I don't know if I actually... Okay, that's cool and all for a straight on view, but I want to make this more artistic. So we're going to just draw it. And we just need unique things on Twitch in general. Stream games as a vtuber is oversaturated. Yes. Like this new VTuber that I was talking about, that's debuting right now, Luna Ray. She is going to be another gamer, VTuber, which kind of disappointed me when I heard it. And it's really art or gaming. There are a few singers, but that is not their focus, which can only produce so much music. So it makes sense. But there isn't a lot of variety in the community. Interactivity to my talk show, but you need serious coding skills in Unity or JavaScript for that. True. So what Captain Krabs uses and what I am thinking of using, okay, is pull up my streaming stuff. He uses one of these bots. Well, he uses a bot to mix it up. Mix it up bot. So mix it up bot actually will pull commands from the chat and import them into a separate program you have. So say if you had something running on your desktop, it can actually take commands from the chat and send them to that. Like if you had a game or some other application on there that is looking for certain commands. But then again, that could involve some coding stuff. People should be looking at Code Miko for the future. What she's doing is making interactive show. Yeah, her show is crazy interactive. And Takahara runs an interactive bar where you can spend real money on virtual drinks. I've only spent a little bit time in Takahara, but he is awesome. Just the way he interacts with chat and stuff was really cool. I need to spend more time in there. But yeah, Takahara is one of the ones that has been pointed out recently to me. Forgot who it was, but somebody raided into him the other night. Hi, TS. Yeah, he's amazing, so enthusiastic. Man, I need to take a drink. Okay, interactivity and great personality, perfect combination. Yes, I tend to avoid YouTubers that are loud like he is, but I stuck around long enough that it kind of grew on me. It was interesting, and he wasn't shouting just to shout. I have seen some VTubers that do that, and it's very annoying. Hey TS, how you doing? What's going on? So I am doing some Among Us fan art tonight. Oh, I figured out why it was acting weird. I was hitting Control Z accidentally. Cause to end a line, or end a action in the pen tool, you hold down Control and click. And out of reflex, I was doing Control Z. Among Us fan art, yes. Yep. And so here's a little glance of the other thing I was working on. Let's hide this. It's the captain in an Among Us spacesuit. But I ran into some issues of Illustrator was acting weird on the masks and stuff, so I'm gonna get back to it later. Okay, so actually, let's see. And I'm not that experienced with Illustrator. I do all of my art in Vector, but I usually use Vectinator on my iPad. Because I didn't have access to Illustrator, and it's more convenient to be able to like use my iPad when sitting on my bed or laying on my bed or whatever. But Illustrator is just more powerful, and I need to start doing some art for like 2D Live and stuff. And Illustrator is just going to be the better option. So today has been me teaching myself how to use it. And then I need to get some of this stuff done for work, because I am the main artist on the team. So, or almost the only artist. And they want me to do a t-shirt design for an Among Us tournament that we're holding. Yeah, so we'll see when it comes to commissions. Probably I might do that. I'm also doing my main model as a live 2D because I have a rigger. And the 3D thing is not going smoothly for that particular model. I'll still work on it, but I've always wanted a live 2D model. Okay, so yeah, so some artists charge about 300. 300 is lower end, I think, for just the drawing part. I'm not sure how much the actual rigging part of it is. And the rigging really depends on how experienced the rigger is as well. The art is actually the cheaper part of it. It's the rigging that's expensive. Okay, so and honestly, I don't begrudge the creators for charging what they do, especially for rigging. It can take a lot of time, and there is a lot of skill to be able to do it. Oh, I need to have to fill off on these. And in general, just art is undervalued. Kind of sad. But art is generally seen as being less valuable than the more tactical stuff. But it's a little different in the community. So I need to save this. Thank you, Nightbot, for reminding me. I'm going to save this as Among Us. Wait. You can see that because it's... Oh. Fat fingered it. Among Us. Among Us works. Yep. Art is highly undervalued and rated. Yeah, yeah, and I know that because I am, and I have experience with that because I am skilled enough to know what artists better than me are getting paid and what they should be paid. Because I too come from more of the management side. While most artists are really bad at putting value to their work and stuff, especially because they'd rather just make the art than figure out how to sell, how much they should be selling it for. Okay, and then okay, so this piece needs to be monochromatic. Because it's going to be a t-shirt design. Oh, I forgot that's how you do that. That will be printed on a Cricut. And a Cricut is very... It's very hard to... It's annoying to do multiple colors. Okay, so screen. This is going to be black. So do a fill of black. Looks like gray on the screen. Black. There we go. And then this one is, click off that. Pen tool, it's a P. Okay, this was going to be a white. People that hire artists demand so much. Yeah, especially if they're not artists themselves. They don't know what to expect. And that can be difficult. And a lot of that is just educating people in whatever community what to expect from artists. And the VTuber community has actually been pretty good about that, especially since it's made up of a lot of artists. So there's a lot of art education floating around. And I don't know if Skeb is the right thing, though. It weirds me out whenever someone mentions Skeb, because they encourage zero communication, or at least it sounds like that's what they do. And from my experience, sure, that's healthy in you're not allowing your artists to be harassed, but that also it teaches them that they don't need to interact with the client, which is a bad habit to get into. Yeah, heard people going over nuts. I don't really understand the appeal because it actually, for a lot of the points that I mentioned, it seems very weird to me. It doesn't seem like Skeb is actually promoting a healthy environment for artists. But I haven't heard a lot of the actual stories of how things are working. Yeah, it's almost like outsourcing, exactly is what it feels like. It hurts the artists inside our community. Definitely. Yeah, well, yeah, it hurts the artists. It is a great benefit to non-artists, and there is a point that it's helpful and bringing a lot of exposure to artists in general, but it's encouraging a lot of bad practices, and also thinking like you can just order art and yeah, you're essentially just ordering it, and what you get is what you get. And that's not how commissions are supposed to work. So Skeb would be amazing for like if you're a video game designer and you need this many pieces of art of this specific thing done. You don't care who does it as long as it gets done. Skeb would be amazing. But for within the VTube community, where each piece of art is tailored more to the individual, it's better if you work with someone within the community that you can talk with and whatever else. Okay. Yeah. So Skeb. Every time I see it, I'm a little weirded out. But I've got friends that use it, so I'm not going to downright say that it's terrible. It's not incredibly helpful for the artists, us artists. And from what I understand, it's mostly Japanese artists that are getting these Skeb commissions. So it's hard for artists within the community to compete because of the low prices. And it's not us that's participating in it. It's some other people that we're outsourcing to. So I could talk about that for a while. Yeah, it's perfect for companies that want to commission work done. Yeah, there are some amazing artists in the Skeb roster. I'll admit that. It's just sad not seeing the names, because I know some amazing VTuber artists, but I'm not seeing them as the people that are getting commissioned for all these smaller things. It's, oh, I just got this in from Skeb. Well, who did it for you? Or, well, sometimes you have it, but it's usually not a VTuber or someone within the community that did the Skeb. Yeah, people are saving money but sabotaging the, yeah, it's an economy thing. Like, local buying local may be more expensive, but in the long run, it's going to help your local economy, not China or whatever. Hmm. Yeah. Well, it's a lot of a lot of artists that are willing to work for little money. For them, it's more volume. While a lot of Western artists, it can be true over in the Eastern uh, countries as well. But a lot of Western artists, they focus on putting a lot into a single piece. And there is an expectation that it's going to take a little longer. But basically, anything, especially China and Taiwan, is we're going to give you as little money as like the bare minimum, and you're going to give us stuff. And we're going to hold you to unrealistic expectations on time frame. But people over there will do it. And that's kind of what Skeb works on also, is these artists take dozens of commissions and churn them out, and that's what they do. They churn out as many pieces of art as possible, maybe for a little less profit, but they're just doing so much of it that they are turning a profit. Same problem on Upwork. I was bidding $3 on jobs that were 20 hours long to compete with some third world countries. Yeah, yeah, it's tough. Yeah, it's just the value of labor is a little different, and because we expect to be paid more for quality work, while many other countries have the mindset of, okay, we just do a ton of work to make up for it. It's the different mindsets. And that's a lot of why we're competing with foreign labor for a lot of things. And people within the country don't understand why the prices are so different. So we're hurting ourselves because of that. Because we just want the cheap option. Front-end developer, but people from certain countries on Fiverr will build your UX or UI designs for entire. Yes, Yes, that is a big thing with Fiverr. Uh, it is cheap labor, but it's not. Yeah, it's cheap labor. You don't have a guarantee of the quality, but you can hire three different people to do the same job for the same price as you would pay a professional. And I've considered using Fiverr, putting my work on Fiverr, because it is just so appealing, and it is you're looking for quantity of jobs from Fiverr, not exactly quality. Because if someone comes to Fiverr, they're not expecting amazing work. They're expecting the job to get done and a relatively quick turnaround. That's what Fiverr does. Yeah, yeah. Living wage is it's a whole nother thing. But yeah, it's hard to make a living wage, especially when you're competing against people that will underbid you on everything. Okay, okay, so that's top of that. Then I want to fill this in with black as well. But I want to do a second thing. Let's unclick that. I want to do this in white. Pen. White. Thank you. Okay. So if this plays nice with me, I can actually do a mask. Control. And what is that mask? Okay, got this. So I still want that filled with black. Aha! And then this path. It doesn't need a stroke. So take the stroke off. Cool. But I want that. Oops. I want the edge to look illustrated. So come on. I guess I have to select it like this. So come on. Work with me here. There. So I want to grab that edge there. And then that one, turn that one into a double anchor. Okay, and then use this. Hydrate. Thank you, TS. I do need to hydrate. When I get talking, I dry out, and then I realize I should be doing work and forget to drink. Control Z. did the same thing. So, TS, what are you guys working on now in Minecraft? Or in general, what are you doing now? You're always working on something interesting. Made a cactus farm. Oh, for dye? And that's the only thing I can think of a cactus farm being useful for. Yep. Okay. Does a cactus farm make green dye or just the bonding for dye in general? Green dye, I believe. Okay. Okay, cool. Got any plans for lots of green? You got a project that you're going to be doing that would use all that? Control Z. So I want to lock that group so that I can use this group. Move that more over there. And it should have a backpack. I'm going to draw it in black. Not inclined to say. Keep your secrets. Pretty sure it's going to be cool, whatever it is. Okay, there's some lag. Ah! Do, 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 do. So, what do you guys think of this time that I started at? So I started out much later. It doesn't mean I'm going to be changing my stream time, but I did have some stuff to get done, and I thought a weekend was a pretty good time to have a late stream. I have to update the mine at the town with no name. The one in the canyon? TS? Save. Think. Was that safe? Yes. Yep. Yeah, Fiona fell into that. I saw her moving around in my locator map a while ago. I absolutely love those, having those locator maps. Okay, so what am I looking at here? My monitor is set up for gaming and not move a little closer. Okay. There we go. Okay, so I think I actually want to add some curvature to that line to kind of set off the crotch area of it. Yeah, like that. Okay, so I need to memorize all these shortcuts again. And I was looking at it, and some things that actually changed since I last used Illustrator. I was expecting a little change, but like some things disappeared. Some functions. Join. And I find it really hard. A lot of times I try using touchscreen gestures because I'm so used to them in Vectornator. P. A. Okay. Then want it for this as well. Path tool. I don't know how to detach the anchor points though. Pretty sure there's a way to do it, but just don't know what I'm doing right here. I don't need this path to be. There we go. Okay, and so what I need is like a second knob for zooming. Maybe I'll get used to that. Okay, so gotta do another one. Want to do the fill white. I'm gonna do the backpack. There we go. So I like curved lines because they give it more of an illustrated look to it. And I like my vector art to look like just very smooth rasters. Especially if you've seen any of my older art. Yeah, I think no, I don't have any of it displayed up here. But I like taking a sketchbook images and importing them into Illustrator and then tracing them. So it just makes all the lines very smooth stuff. It's especially good for like the Legend of Zelda Wind Waker style. I used to do a lot of fan art for that. Might be able to find that on my old DeviantArt if one of you run across that. Remember DeviantArt? Still around, but it was like every artist had one at that time, back in its heyday. Now it's kind of laughable. Okay, actually, it's kind of looking silly having this shadow here. Okay, and then, oh, I didn't look up fan art of one that has a knife. Among Us. Okay, those are Team Fortress custom ones. I think these are actual ones here. Okay, so okay, so Among Us is weird because they don't really have a lot of their own merch, and they really haven't licensed a lot as well. So their licensing thing is really shady, or not shady. It's not as clear. Okay, yeah. Thank you, TS. I am sitting up. Oh. Throwing a little stretch in there. Thank you. Yeah, so I've actually only played Among Us once. Funny thing is, I'm going to be running Among Us tournaments next week. And I wrote the rules. It is better with friends. Yeah, that's one reason I didn't play is because I don't want to play a blind match. I'm not going to go into a random game and play. The one game I did play was when the esports ambassadors got together and we played just to give our supervisor a feeling of how the game worked. Okay, so these guys actually lean forward a little bit, so I'm going to have to do some tweaking of these lines. There we go. Ah-ha! So, yeah, there was actually an Among Us tournament kind of thing held the other day with a bunch of different streamers, which was cool. I actually didn't see gameplay. Get to watch any of the gameplay. I showed up for the wrap up and stuff. It was fun to hear all the players talking and stuff. And none of the VTubers actually won, so they kind of dipped. Except for there were two VTubers commentating, or actually talking with the commentator and stuff. So that was cool. It was Nanners and Chi, I believe, something like that. The little demon girl with the cute model. She's got one sleeve off shoulder, which is incredibly common. That's like a VTuber thing for avatars. But it was cool to see the Twitch community involving VTubers. A lot of the players were actually VSojo VTubers. So Fruit or Apricot, Project Melody, Iron Mouse. Actually, I don't know. Yeah, Fruit may be VSojo. I think she is. Okay, and then okay, so I'm gonna call him done. Ah, no, don't do that. That's not what I wanted. Okay. So I'm gonna draw this decapitated body here. It's all hiding behind my dragon girl here. She is part of the overlay. She's gonna move down. Okay, so you can go again. Unselect everything. Want to do a fill of true black. Let's just do a messy drawing of this. So, oops. That was disgusting. Let's round this out. Ah, come on. Grab the darn thing. Oh, is there only one side to the anchor? Yeah, there is. That's why it was acting weird. Okay, and then the leg. About a point there, and Points are fine. Okay, there's the leg. And then let's do a backpack. Okay, and then so I want to isolate the colors here. Okay, so it's going to be whatever color the t-shirt is that it's printed on. So I'm actually going to do a Boolean subtract from these to get the final shapes cut out. I'm doing white for now because So I should probably just do the body so I have something to work off here. I'm pretty sure if Among Us came out while I was back in game design, we would have played a ton of it. We're actually still playing Team Fortress 2 and a little bit of Overwatch last time, actually. We ended up playing a lot of first-person shooters. Oh, that's almost good as it stands. No, you don't. Why are you displaying that? Thank you. Why are you telling me to cheer on my own channel? Okay. It's being weird. Okay, so I have this, but then I need to do a bone. So I think I'm going to have bone come out here. Do that fill black. Okay. So a lot of the heavy lifting of this graphic is going to be done by the white. Okay, so let's deselect that. Play a lot of SVS, but I play some other stuff as well. Yeah, I went through a I wouldn't call it a phase because I'm still actually do it quite a lot, but I play first-person shooters. It's a lot of that is the console scene. Whenever I play with someone that only plays on console, we end up playing a lot of first-person shooters. Okay, so that fill did not get turned around to white. Okay. Ah! That's not what I wanted. I want to be on that tool. This tool is not going to have anchors on it. Actually, it should. Oh, no problem, Bluesy. Welcome back. Struggling so hard animating Blender today. What are you working on, dude? There's so many different ways to animate in Blender. Intro animations for your channel. Ah, I need to do that as well. So you can see the little take another drink. See the little spaceship in the left corner of my screen? That's actually part of either an intro or a be right back screen that I was planning on doing. Oh, Spectrum is rating? Awesome! Hey Spectrum! How you doing? Welcome, welcome. What were you doing? Let's see what you got. Shout out. Spectrum. Sweet. You were streaming Minecraft. Awesome. Yep, Minecraft is a game that I really enjoy. Recently, I've been playing. I wish I could play more of it, but it's the game that Spectrum, Captain Krabs, and I were playing the other night. Would you perchance have been playing on the Crabbington server? So Spectrum was actually building a underwater base on the Crabbington server, which is the server that Captain Krabs, Captain Krabs, TS, and I play on. Spectrum just joined on Wednesday, and Fiorna is also on there. There's some other people as well, but they aren't active. And Fee is actually in the middle of a move, but she will be back in a week, which I am super excited about. Fee does music and gaming streams. Yep. Yep. Fee is amazing. She's hilarious. And a big supporter of my channel. Yep, so talented and funny. Yep. Okay, so that bone turned out okay. Cool. Here we can do a little bit more positive space here. Oh, this does not look like the backpack though. It needs a dip here. There. I haven't even checked who else is on. So Lady Lunari, she just premiered today. This is actually her debut stream. She is awesome. It's been really entertaining so far. I'm excited to see where she goes. And judging from her stream, she's probably going to actually be one of those debut people that keeps a relatively high viewer count. Which there's actually a lot of VTubers that get a ton of hype before they go live, and then as soon as people see their debut, they're like, "Oh, this is cool." Not what I was expecting though, and their viewer count drops, which is it's kind of a downfall of getting so much hype before you debut, but also you want people to show up to your debut. She's also been streaming before her debut and stuff, so she had already built a relatively robust community and stuff. And she is really talented and stuff. So I expect her viewer count to probably not peak at that much, but her average to be higher than usual, than normal. Who else is on? So Hafu is actually, she's the one that won the Among Us tournament. She's actually a real face tuber or streamer. Yeah, seen debuts 10 times above the average. Yeah, her initial, like when she first started, her view count was actually in the 200s. I think it was when she switched to gaming and stuff that it went down a bit. But I don't think the reason that she dropped in viewers was because people showed up and it was not what they were expecting or whatever. May have been a little bit of that, but she's been pretty good. I encourage you to check her out. So Foxy Joel's on. He's been on. Yeah, just way above average for debuts. Yeah. There's very few tubers that VTubers that actually keep their counts up. So there's been some exceptions that have a decently robust community, like Bungo Taiga. I think he's more had to build his community. He's fostered his community a lot. And then Foxy Joel. I actually didn't see the beginning of Foxy Joel. Foxy Joel is relatively popular, anyways. Uh, Ichi Kamiya, she is really talented. Um, there's a few that like they definitely deserve the amount of views that they're getting now. Debut at 800 viewers and averages 50. That's pretty good because I've actually seen some that debut to about that many viewers, probably more than 800, and now they're averaging 3 or something like that. Yeah, there totally are amazing VTubers, and a lot of them deserve. They work really hard, and they are a really good entertainer. There's some that just they came to the debut, found that they really vibed with that VTuber, and that's why they've stuck around. Because there's been some that I've gone to the debut and like this is not what I was expecting. Um, and then, but I noticed that they still maintain a pretty good viewer count, and that's just because just the right people were there and really vibed with that VTuber. Okay, Valdi's on. Valdi's good. She's fun. Uh, lot less people than I expected. Hey, Captain. Welcome. So I was in the middle of some Among Us art, and I just got curious to see what other people were online. Oh, you just got the kids to bed. Okay, cool. Yeah. So a little preview. I was working on that. Now I'm just working on Among Us art. That was my I need to teach myself Illustrator again. So I've been working on that. So actually what I'm doing for this is it's a two-tone, basically a monotone design that for to be printed on a t-shirt. And we're using a Cricut, and Cricuts are just a pain to try to do more than one color on. Yeah, Cap, but how's it going? Just bought a circuit. What kind of circuit? Oh, okay. Oh, okay. Okay, so a cutter. Yeah. I was actually looking into getting one of those myself. Yeah, I was looking into getting something similar. But I want one that is, so frankly, what I actually want is like $3,000 at minimum. Because I want a laser cutter that can do MDF and stuff. Yeah, but yeah, the craft cutters are much cheaper. Yeah, laser cutters. I used to work in a print shop for a while, and we had a laser cutter that basically no one wanted to use because of how smelly it was, and we didn't have a lot of projects that required a laser cutter, so it was just sitting in our warehouse, and I really wanted to use that thing. If I had my own workshop or whatever, I would have. I was friends with the boss, so he would have let me take it and play with it. But I lived in an apartment at the time. Yeah, but that's sweet. So you're going to be essentially be able to make them to order instead of having to keep a huge stock, which is going to be awesome for stickers. Yeah, because at the print shop, we'd we'd always uh overprint, and we actually had a cutter that was an actual it was similar to that, but it's a an inline one they can put up to a printer, so you can feed hundreds of pages through it in line. But we'd actually keep some of the stock on hand, and eventually, just some of our clients, we were like, "Hey, just unless you are ready to order a ton, bunch more of this product, we just you have to find a place to store these things. We are not able to store all that stuff." Yeah, it was fun working in an actual print shop because I got to play with all those things, those thousands upon thousands of dollar printing machines and stuff. My parents used to own one. So you grew up with that. Yeah. Oh, the a cutter or a print shop. Oh, Nightbot just told me to save. Save. There we go. So, well, I was just looking at the number of people online, and I was actually surprised. There's far fewer people online than I thought there would be. Yeah, it does. It does seem to be a slow Saturday. I got a raid from Spectrum a little while ago, so he was on. I'm not seeing a lot of other people other than just some random people that I follow. And I basically just hopped on because I have to get this do this stuff anyway, so I thought I might as well stream it. And my usual weekly time is terrible, so I thought doing it later might help. Yeah. Yeah, I don't blame you. You've been streaming all the time recently. Yeah, more and more streamers. Yeah. Well, Bluesy actually did a really good show explaining a little insight into why more and more people are doing it and why it's a good thing. Um, False ID also touched on it on one of his shows. Yeah, yeah. Yeah, there's a lot of streamers. Yeah, the Final Fantasy streamer. Yeah. It's interesting to see the motivation behind a lot of them too. Because some of them are just doing the VTuber thing because it is popular. Like PewDiePie kind of did it more as a joke than anything. While others legit like, this is an interesting community. I'd like to see more about it. For back to the sea. Yeah, Pokey spends 20k on a VTuber model. PewDiePie does it for free. Yeah. I loved how you pointed out that it was essentially the default Vroid model. Yeah, but yeah, Pokey, I can't believe she spent that much on Avatar. It's insane. Do you know who she hired? I don't know. I'm assuming it was like a company that did it all. Okay, I thought Pokey did a live 2D one. Yeah, I honestly didn't want to even anything that had her name on it. I was immediately steer away from. Her original was 3D. Okay. Um, yeah, I haven't checked out her thing. She's on Twitch, right? I'm gonna end up typing in a different one. YouTube. She probably is more active on YouTube. Yeah, see one that... Oh, she has all these thumbnails. You can't tell if she's actually using the avatar or not. Yeah, that's... Yeah, there's no way. No way without me searching through there that I can find it. She got a lot of crap for it, so she may have stopped. That may be true. Well, she... Well, I like it how the way that PewDiePie did it, because his was more of a more bringing attention to the VTuber community. Pokimane, lot of how it was branded when she came was she was bringing her following into VTuber, and her following is not a wholesome crowd at all. So there were a lot of people fearful about those people coming into the community. Search for Pokimane VTuber. Okay, yeah, so that is a 3D avatar. Okay, so this news is in September. Yeah, newest stuff December. We're not getting any new hits on this. Yeah, so she may have stopped. Yeah, the latest hit was from December. She streamed with 3 different ones already. Wow. Yeah, PewDiePie is he's not great either. Yeah. Oh, so it was her community that was complaining. Wow. Wow. That's sad and funny at the same time. Yeah, I honestly didn't follow it. She may have just wanted to not always be on cam. Yeah, I've heard that argument as well. I haven't watched her stream, so I haven't heard it directly from her, but yeah, I wouldn't blame her for that. VTubing is awesome. You can show up to your desk in pajamas. Yeah, and yeah, she has her streams have such a reputation that I don't even want to expose myself to that. Oh, this is too big. Yeah, she has an entire team. Uh, yeah. Yeah, she's got professionals, quote unquote. Some of them are quote professional that are advising her, and what she's doing, it makes money, honestly. So might as well. She's a company at this point more than a person. Yes, that there are a lot of public figures that started as more independent. That's what they turned into. Like I've watched a lot of YouTubers, like when they first started, you can tell they were extremely low budget, and then they expanded into like a company, and sure, everything got much higher quality and everything, but it also meant it wasn't that down at home one person doing everything. She's still in that streamer house. Oh, is that a thing? Uh, well, I know that Harris Heller tried one for a while and it didn't work. And then I've seen some other groups as well. It's kind of more of a joke than anything. Her net worth is between 1 and 2 mil. That makes sense. Actually, if you look at the income of some of these streamers, it is insane how much like they make over I think it was over 10,000 a month, and that's a slow month, and that's bare minimum just off of subs. Never mind the tips they get, hundreds of dollars per minute. Some of those streamers. Yep, she streams on Twitch. Yeah, I saw her VOD channel, and assuming it's from Twitch. Ah, manager runs the house. Okay, yeah, there's even been video games made about that. Yeah, Harris Heller actually tried a house of uh, gamer streamers. Valkyrie got exposed a few months back. She was making 130K in donations aside from subs. Yeah, and it's especially if you are calling them donations, the government can crack down hard on you unless you're an actual charity. That's why I'm a big proponent of calling your tips and not donations. Just because legally you're covered better. Yeah, yeah, Harris actually broke it down. And if you actually look at it, a lot of his money does just come from him actively doing something to get the money instead of like relying on subs or what Twitch will do for you if you're a partner. He does a lot of additional YouTube stuff and some commission side gigs, and his whatever senpai records is making him, I think, the most money now out of all of his ventures. Yeah, senpai records, the music thing now. Yeah, he actually broke down how much money he makes off of like the Spotify plays and stuff from that, and it's carrying itself now. Yeah, yeah. Streaming is so hard to get a reliable income from, because subs, even month to month, there is no guarantee that someone is going to continue subbing. And then if you're relying on tips, that's there's absolutely nothing you can rely on for that. Because you're just relying on the generosity of others. Yeah, 2,000 subs before. Yeah, before taxes. So yeah, realistically, it would have to be a higher number. Yeah, it's much easier to make a living off of YouTube's because of ad revenue and stuff. Ad revenue is a joke on Twitch, but it's the highest form of income on Stretch. I am stretching. Thank you, Cap. And hydrating as well. Thank you, Bluesy. Yeah, the highest form of income on on YouTube is ad revenue. Yeah, and they to get partnered. So yeah, yeah, it used to be super easy to get it. The bar was actually pretty low. But one of the cool things about YouTube is they just kind of have flat milestones you need to reach before you have essentially all the features that an affiliate would have, and there's no contracts or anything tied up with it. So if you can grind through YouTube, it can become a sustainable thing, but you really need to work at it. Yeah, subathons are a lot of times subathons are a joke, and they're only good for temporarily increasing your numbers. Don't mind subathons for someone like me who subs aren't my reliable income, but just help with stream upgrades. Yes, subathons are good. It's it's actually better all around if people will instead donate to tips or your tips. Because subathons, there's actually so little payout you get. Yeah, but and especially if you're trying to get to a number that Twitch will pay out, because Twitch only pays out every $100 or so. Yeah, I'm actually trying to. That's why I'm trying to build my YouTube channel. Yeah, yeah, yeah. When most of your subs rely on gift subs, the actual I think the retention rate for gift subs is like if you listen to Devin Nash, he'd say it's almost 0%. I'd say within the VTuber community, it's much higher. Because the VTuber community does not reflect a lot of Twitch as a whole. So you have to take a lot of the analytics from like Devin Nash or other commentators that just talk about Twitch as general. You have to take them all with a grain of salt. Yeah, it just the VTuber community is very different than Twitch as a whole. And another thing with subs is some of your subs may just be from because it was a hype moment and people wanted to pledge at that time, which I totally expect many subs to be of that type. Because they're especially Prime subs and stuff is like if you look at the history of my Prime sub, it's bounced all over the place. Occasionally with gift subs, I actually feel like it is now that we subbed you, I expect you to keep it up. There that is a thing, but there's a lot of people that no matter what, they won't spend money on subs. And frankly, that's a lot of the community. Hey, that's me at times. It'll make me feel more inclined to continue that sub, but I don't feel obligated. Which could spend more. Try to keep a certain amount each month that I can do. Yeah, well, it's especially nice that subs don't at tier 1 don't actually cost a ton of money, especially with I think there's a 20% discount for the first month. But they definitely rack up. Hmm. Yeah. Yeah. Well, yeah, it's hard when you get gifted something, but you're expected to give something in return. It it's tough, especially if you receive a gift sub to a channel that you're only temporarily interested in. Like there's been channels that I'm like, I haven't actually watched that channel in like 3 weeks, and I just got a sub to it. What's up with that? But gift subs are really good for reminding you, like, hey, you enjoyed this at one time. Come check it out again. There's been a few subs that have been like that to me. But there's honestly a few things that need to be fixed. Even more than subs or whatever on Twitch's side. There's some quality of life things that we really lag behind YouTube and stuff on. Is anyone off put by huge collapse? Pop in and see 10 people chatting at once. I pop out. Okay. Yeah. Have fun, crabs. I appreciate the lurk. I shouldn't be going too much longer here, actually. Totally off put by collabs. There's some collabs that I really like, especially if I know some of the participants and stuff. Um, yeah. So overall, I enjoy collabs, especially when there's someone involved that I follow, and I'm like, oh, so that person is your friend or whatever, so maybe I should check them out. I've found a few people that way, actually. Yeah, and yeah, the chat takes priority in most instances, especially if you only have a few handfuls of people in your chat. Probably if your chat has around, like Cap was saying, like 10 active people, I expect you to at least look at it and respond to a few questions. But if you're collabing and you're just talking to the other people in the collab, that is off-putting. Especially since I would see that as you don't have a great excuse to be ignoring your chat. Yeah, the more in a collab, the harder it is. Yeah, really big collabs are hard, unless there's a lot of collabs like Among Us is amazing because you basically ignore the other players except for certain moments, and and there's a lot of time that it's just you can talk to your chat. There's some games that are really conducive to that, and a good streamer will, from my experience, they will interact with their chat whenever they get an opportune moment. While there's the hugest streamers that their chat is going so fast they can't read it anyways, and so to be a good entertainer, you basically just narrate yourself and whatever. As that, and it makes sense for them. Yeah, big streamers have a totally different uh, standard. But yeah, if you don't have an excuse of why you're not paying attention to chat, it is off-putting. Yeah. But well, a big pet peeve for me recently is a follower only or sub only chat, especially if it's set to follower only. There's not a lot of reason to set to follower only unless you're um, saying to everyone, follow me or I don't care to listen to you, which is incredibly annoying, especially when someone raids over into them and it's a follower only chat. I step right out. I'm not going to follow if you're going to expect me to do that. Yeah, especially when their chat before the raid was 20 or less people. It's a joke. And at that point, you're slapping me in the face. Yeah. If you're a big streamer, totally turn on follower only, because you and your mods need that time to need that space. Okay. So I'm actually kind of looking forward to when I can do just chatting streams and stuff. And this one almost turned into a just chatting stream. But I'd love to stream like chill games and stuff and just chat. That would be amazing. Yeah, yeah, I'd like to like that keep that option open when people come in. But the thing is, I don't have a reliable viewer count. Simulation, yeah, simulators. Simulators, Minecraft, uh, a lot of the games that Cat plays, like farming simulator games, or mobile ports, are really good for that. But like I was saying, with my current viewer count, it would turn into a lot of me playing a simulator game by myself. And I don't know if that would actually draw viewers though. That would be an interesting experiment. Because I actually look at my viewer counts and stuff, and actually my highest viewer counts during and after are from art streams. So that's generally why I've been sticking to them. And also, I get a lot of people coming in and saying, "Oh, what kind of art are you doing today?" And then I say a game, and they're like, "Oh, I came for art." That's not always the case, though. Yeah, I'm not too worried about my viewer counts right now, so it's probably a good time to experiment. Yeah, yeah, there a lot of people that come for art streams, if it's not art, they dip out. So if you have the reputation of being an art streamer, it's hard to be a variety streamer and not scare away half your audience. And a lot of people do that. They advertise themselves as, okay, I'm going to be a variety streamer, and there's usually enough people when they announce it that half of them are going to disappear, but you still have half of them, which is about 100, and you're maybe going to get 10% of those, so you still have a decent viewer count. And then I think when I actually debut my model and stuff is when I'll be able to brand and say, "Hey, an art streamer at these times or whatever. And then other times I do drawing. Yep. Yep. The maintaining a schedule is probably one of the biggest things for a viewer count. I agree with that. I've only canceled a handful of streams in the 2 months that I've been streaming. No, I haven't. It's not even been a handful. I need to go through and actually make a Fear in a playlist. Because I love all these songs, but some of them are just slow, or some have vocals when you don't expect them. Yeah, thanks, Bluesy. I try to be consistent. Even when it's relatively hard, especially with doing school and work and whatever else. It's kind of funny seeing these VTubers that obviously don't have a full-time job or whatever, not being able to maintain a schedule. Hey, the Atom Crafter, how you doing? And welcome. Good to see ya. I'm doing some. Let's zoom out. Doing some Among Us fan art. I'm working in a monochromatic thing, so it can be printed with one color. Yeah, it's not a great great sign if you can't do it with tons of free time. Yeah, yeah, that's why I have a ton of respect for the VTubers that are saying like, "Hey, I just got home from work. This is going to be a chill stream," or "I am super tired from work. Stream is canceled." I'm like, dude, rest. Yeah, that is totally understandable. Thank you, Adam. Yeah, so this stream has turned into a lot of chatting, and we did a quick tour of YouTube and then some Twitch and stuff, and we've been talking about VTubers and marketing and just VTuber stuff mostly. So I haven't gotten a lot done. So actually, as a warm up, I was doing Captain Krabs as a good night. Captain Krabs as a spaceman. He's not done. And now I'm working on this. I usually yeah, the Captain Krabs. Captain Krabs is fun. And actually looking back at him, there's some things that I want to do now. I like the dirty lines that I have for all these outlines. So I'm probably going to go back and draw those for Krabs as well, because these are all like perfect lines. I do, and if you look at like my avatar down in the right, there is no strokes on any of those lines. They're all solid shapes, and they're all smooth edges and stuff. So that's generally how I do art in vector. So, and this crabs was a lot of experiment, and I don't think I really like a lot of these stroke paths. I'm more of a I like illustrated looking stuff. Okay, so actually I think these are good. I'm going to be messing with them more, but I'm going to scale this down, kind of just do a scene. So we're going to have this guy down here, and oh, come on. Did I lock you? Don't tell me I locked him. Oh, okay, so he's not grouped. So, object. And like I said, I don't use Illustrator as my main program. Okay, so if I Okay, so I have some of that guy not in the group. So okay, so then I want to select these. So I found out Control G is what's grouping these guys. So I got this guy. Let's move him down. Yeah, he's move on that side. And then I'm going to transform, reflect, vertical. Okay. And then this guy's going to be holding like a knife or something. Yeah, let's do a knife. Bill. This is going to be a cleaver, I think. Okay, and then add path there, path there. Path there. Okay. And zoom out a little bit. Just make the handle a little chunkier. There. Then deselect that, do a white. And then I want to do a... So, oops. Control. No, I wanted to grab the anchor points. Still only have 2 there. I want to have 3. Then I want to go back and grab that one. Move it in. Let's add some more. Okay, so it zooms towards the mouse, which is nice. Zooming things still feels kind of clunky compared to Blender. Okay, and then let's make it... Oh, this may be a little gory. Did I actually... I didn't label this one family friended, did I? That's good. Let's see. Oh, it does say family friendly. Oh, I should have taken that off. Docs. Stream information. Okay. I'm thinking I'm going to be calling it soon, anyways. Okay. Yeah, it's getting late. Well, thank for everyone that stopped by. It was fun. Thank for Captain Krabs for stopping by as well, and Bluesy and Adam Crafter, and Spectrum for the raid. TS stopped by. Eva. I don't think I missed anybody else, but that was fun, cool. So I will be back on Tuesday. Yeah, Tuesday. I will not be doing the Thursday night because I have a work thing going on. But we'll see if there's something else I can do. I will notify anyone. I will put it on my Twitter. Yeah, thanks for stopping by, Bluesy. That was awesome. Let me know when your next show is. Do you have a schedule for one? I think you've told me before. But yeah, please yeah, drop me a notification for next time. I'm sure Twitch would give it to me, but I may miss it. Okay, so you do not have a schedule yet, but the end of next week. Okay. Okay, I look forward to it. Cool. I'm sure we'll see each other before then. But thank you for stopping by. Art stream Tuesday. Follow my Twitter to see if there's any other developments. And everyone have fun, and thank you again. See ya. Somebody just jumped in. Okay, let's see who's on that we can raid. Oh, that's not my chat, that just dinged. Okay. So Valdi is on. Faye. Faye could use a little boost. Yeah, let's do Faye. So Faye is another art streamer. She is currently on her push to partner. Faye Cakes. So if you are do come in, once you hit her thing, click on her icon or something to get rid of the raid link or the raid URL at the top. Because for some reason Twitch doesn't want to count your view until you do such a thing, which is annoying. Okay, everyone, thanks everyone for stopping by, and I will see you on Tuesday.